Good morning. It's Suze with your daily intention. Today, there's a lot of quizzicalness going on. We did move from questioning a week ago, but today quizzical came up, so there's still lots going on for people. And what are we going to be moving towards? Well, awareness. And we'll talk a little bit about why it's okay to be quizzical and why it's okay to be aware and balancing those two. So today's focus, moving from overly quizzical to a solid awareness and finding the balance between those two. It's good to ask questions, right? But maybe, like most of us, you've been finding your brain asking so many questions. It's a little bit like that 4-year-old who's going, why? How come? What about this? What about that? How about that? Whoa, it can just be a lot. So what I'm going to suggest is some awareness practices today. We don't have to make the questions wrong, just like you would with a child. You don't want to squelch them, tell them to stop asking so many questions. Although I do remember being told that as a child. And you probably do too. See, right now, your mind, your brain is going on overdrive because everything is kind of topsy-turvy. What we used to be able to be relying on, we're kind of like wondering about now. And so that's okay. It's okay. Let's have a big deep breath in. Why am I so... Take a big deep breath in? Well, because it brings us to a place of awareness. Now, too much awareness, that could be a bad thing too, right? If you get too aware, it's like, whoa, there's all of this stuff going on and I do need to be aware and I gotta find out and So let's find the balance between that being quizzical and being aware. And we're going to use yesterday's intention, which is right here someplace. There it is. Yesterday's intention to support us in finding that balance. So if a child was asking you a whole lot of questions on your best parental day, on your day when you've had enough sleep, you would be compassionate with them. You would be aware and know which questions were the ones that really needed to be answered right now, and which questions were the product of a curious mind going overtime, and you could be compassionate with it. I remember being told that I could only have one question. That was probably my mom's way of being compassionate with herself, with 5 kids, and one of them being me, who asked questions incessantly. I can see why she would have gone to that place. And what it did was it helped me really sort all of the questions that I had into one clear question. Being quizzical in that way, that's super helpful. And that brings awareness. So again, let's have another big deep breath in through your nose slowly. And as you're breathing it in, breathe in awareness of what is supportive. And then hold it for a moment. And on the out breath, release some of that crazy making quizzicalness. Not the good stuff, not the stuff that supports you, but the giggity kind of quizzicalness. You know the stuff I mean. And you can do that with compassion towards yourself, like you would as a good parent or a best friend on a great day. Repatterning is about learning to coach yourself with your inner conversations. And we practice it in an aware way so that it's there and available for us when we are unable to be as aware. A lot of the practices in repatterning come from the Buddhist training that I started when I was 15. My parents were really concerned about me studying Buddhism. How did I do that? Well, they offered a course at my school called World Religions. This was a big deal in the early 70s, let me tell you. And so I became fascinated. I started reading everything I could about Buddhism. And Buddhism really is about that mindfulness, that awareness, and balancing that with everyday life. So how might you be aware today in a compassionate way? What do you need to be aware of? Well, I would suggest that you need to be aware of any new regulations that have come out around COVID. You can probably find that by Googling the jurisdiction where you live, like maybe your province or your state, and the word COVID, and then just look at the most recent information. Awareness doesn't happen by scrolling through Facebook for hours at a time and reading everybody's rants. That's not where awareness comes from. Your awareness is within you. And so asking questions outside should only be to clarify what's within you. I am really aware that there are people that are online with me today, and I am so grateful that you've joined me. Thanks so much. So Marnie's here, Heather, Pat, Julie, Thelma, Tessa, Brenda, Celine, Jennifer, another Marnie, two Marnies, Melanie, Ona, hi. It's so wonderful to see you all. And I'm aware of your presence with me. And let's breathe that in. Now you could get overly quizzical and wonder, who do I mean? Who is that person? What? Or you could just be aware that there are like-minded people. Which one brings you more balance? The awareness that there are like-minded people, or wondering who they are and why they're listening? And that's the overly quizzical part. So with compassion today, focus on your awareness. You can do this through deep breathing exercises. One of the things that I have begun doing during this time is I set it's just early morning, not to worry. I set my clock, my timer on my phone, to go off about every 45 minutes to an hour and 10. I just do a different kind of each time I look at what my schedule is. And I go, okay, I'm going to have that alarm go again. And I have a really beautiful little tinkling bell alarm that goes. And what that does is I stop what I'm doing. I sit, put my feet firmly on the floor, and I bring myself to a place of inner awareness through some deep breathing. I might do that, 6, 8, 10 times. And then I do go and ask a quizzical question. Am I on track with what I wanted to be accomplishing right now? Or what I wanted to be doing, or how I wanted to be being? So I'll even do this when I lie down for a quiet time, and I'll look at my schedule and I'll say, I have 50 minutes right now that I can close my eyes and just go into a quiet time. Whether I nap or meditate, I don't need to be quizzing myself about what I'm doing. I just bring awareness that my body needs some rest. How might you bring awareness today? Big deep breath in. Let it go. Be kind and good to yourself with compassion. And when you find your mind being overly quizzical, treat yourself like you would a caring parent or a good friend. And bring yourself back to the awareness of what supports you in this moment. I'll see you tomorrow for another Daily Intention. I love to hear your comments. Take care. Know you can and will repattern anything you choose. And the proactive practices help you do it like that. Take care.